break, and that's a smart play by him. They didn't slide up. You don't feel any pressure. Take another step inside, plant the feet, let it fly.
I've been impressed with his ability to make decisions and skillfully. The pass he made earlier was without hesitation, the one more pass.
Yep.
And he seems to be able to operate it at a fast speed. Something we saw earlier today at the 2022 level with the Annapolis Hawks. One thing I saw last week, the ability to release the ball. Clark, first shooter. How do you develop the fast release as opposed to an elongated, slow release, which is easier on goalies?
What I think people don't talk about a lot is when you feel like the ball's moving.
Hands and wrists.
Hands and wrists, but it's also your feet. If you're shooting right-handed, for example, if your left foot is upfield when you catch it, then you don't have to sit back and then cock back. You're almost in cock back motion already, as opposed to having your feet, parallel with each other. If your feet are parallel, then you have to overextend that top foot.
So feet first and ready. That way when you receive the ball, everything's already cocked and loaded.
Yeah, so if the ball's moving around, if you're flat and they're basically even with each other, then you have to turn. But if you catch the ball here with your foot upfield a little bit, you're ready to go already.
So body posture upon receiving and think ahead. Have yourself ready and in motion.
Yeah, and I always tell kids too, top hands, like in the backyard, practice a lot of one-handed, long passes to get your wrist strength out.
Restart, what a save. Big save by the Hilltop. I think it's Liam O'Keefe.
Credit O'Keefe too, because he hasn't seen a lot of action. Look at this save. This is an incredible stop. High-low. That is your first home mortgage save of the game, rightfully so. Q, that was fantastic.
Protecting the house. And another one. Bishop Guerin High School. Liam O'Keefe. Mark it down. It is scary to think that this age group was being actively recruited and offered.
No, 3 years ago, this was the year. This would be the year where every college coach in the country would have their eyeballs on it.
I hope they realize how ridiculously ridiculous that was.
But you know what? They couldn't help themselves, and they had to do it because others were, right? So it's like if you didn't join the party, maybe nothing was left in the cupboard, right? So it was like no one wanted to do it, but that's what the current model called for. Nuts, right? When you think about it, you had to make a decision on these guys.
Some big-time coaches lost their jobs because of it.
Projecting how these guys are going to pan out in 4 years, yeah, great little stick. He's got awareness, but what if he never grows again, or what if he's
it's like going out in the garden and you have the little hatchlings. What are they going to turn out to be? You don't know.
No.
Well, I'm glad for the student athlete and the families and everyone involved.
The pressure.
It's a win-win there.
Well, the craziest thing too was, when you think of higher academic learning, right? You're making a decision on a college after you haven't taken one high school class.
How do I know what I want to study? How do I know who I want to go to school with in terms of what my teammates? I haven't made my varsity.
It was so ridiculous.
So ridiculous.
So ridiculous.
Looking back at it, I was always anti-early recruiting, and I should have been taking a stronger stance. Nice spin move.
But the college coaches got together.
Right-handed rip by the Hawks. Pay dirt. Jack Fish.
Jack Fish is able to solve O'Keefe. Hasn't happened a lot in the last quarter and change. But Fish gets down the alley, stings it past O'Keefe. The Hawks aren't quite done just yet.
Lexus play of the game. A wild scrap near the middle of the field. Thatcher Bernstein will be the beneficiary of this, sharing the rock, moving the ball. Watch Estes with the one more pass. Boom, right down.
The one more, he knew where Thatcher Bernstein was before he even caught it, right? He felt it. He had that sixth sense, that instinct to understand who's the next man. Well, if they're going to pressure upfield on me, well, Thatcher's going to be there for the slam dunk.
Play had a lot of the elements that make this game so attractive to young athletes, whether it's the physicality, the speed, the skill, the creativity, the freedom to develop your own style. That's what I would encourage youngsters. Develop your own style. Yeah, your coach is going to tell you how to do things, but on your own time, in your backyard, on the front street, in the schoolyard with your friends. Experiment, develop your own style. Six-goal lead, 6 minutes to go for the Hilltop squad.
I hope this team stays together throughout high school too. You know, you have some Rochester kids, you have some New England kids, you have something special here, right? Like this is,
yeah. I mean, can it work out long term?
Why not?
When you've got guys from Brighton High School and Hilton High School and Corning and Irondequoit, and then others from New England, Belmont Hill, Middlesex, Nobles, Bishop Guerin, Roxbury Latin.
Comes down to one thing, mom and dad, right? If mom and dad want to make that sacrifice and figure ways to get these guys together, why not? It's worked up until this point. It's not like the commitment in terms of time is any greater in high school. These young kids are playing just the same amount of tournaments, traveling just as much.
So you come in a day early and have an extra practice?
Yeah, you do things like that, and maybe in the fall you do a little kind of training camp with the guys, something like that, maybe a weekend. But if you keep the group together and the coaches stay together, which they most likely will, both their kids are on the team, they have the system in place, right? They know what kind of offense they run. They're not reinventing the wheel every year.
Hawk showing some skill with some skips, but good defense on ball by Hilltop. Right-handed sidearm out of bounds. Jackson Newell with the backup.
I don't feel so bad for you though, because when you support your daughter Grace in athletics, you go to an air conditioning gymnasium.
No, there's no air conditioning in her gym.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she's there. What day is today? Wednesday. She's there this morning from 8 to 12 with no AC.
The AC break?
No, they just have fans.
Is it?
It's owned by like an Eastern European Olympic guy.
Is it torture in there, like heat-wise, right now? You think?
Yes, it is. I know it is. She drinks a lot of water and a lot of Gatorade. That's part of the challenge in all youth sports. No foul on that potential trip. They let him play. You think about the 2022s that we watched earlier today. The ability to be in shape, Paul. You got to be in shape this summer.
You have to.
If you're trying to be recruited, because you think about the amount of games you play. 3 yesterday, 2 Monday, 3 yesterday, 1 today, or 2 today. And who knows when that coach will come watch you play. It's probably going to be later in the event than it is earlier in the event as the games get bigger. And if you can't run in that third game on that hot Saturday, you're going to hurt yourself in terms of being recruiting. If you just did one thing and got in amazing shape, think about the advantage you'd have late in some of these ball games.
But it's more, yeah. A lot of people just say, "Oh, stay hydrated." Nice move. Stay hydrated and make sure that you're taking a lot of fluids. You have to have a strategy to stay hydrated. Like it's not just like, okay, I'm going to drink some water. Like you have to strategize your hydration plan, your rest plan, how you're spending the time.
And
right?
Yeah, no. And
you go in between games and smash some fast food.
Oh,
you're toast, man.
It's going to set you back a day. Set you back a day. Nice double team drawn. Ball kick to the near side for the Hawks. Nicholas Church, left-handed, he sets a pick. He gets plowed, no call. Right-handed rip, good save. Wow. Liam Liam O'Keefe has been really good.
Very, very good. Another patient young goalie, too. I'm not seeing a lot of goalies cheating and getting antsy.
That was just maybe a trend that's gone now.
Well, just like the face-off game, there's a lot of, coaches out there that are running face-off specific businesses, right? There's some goalie coaches out there as well doing the same. So you see some trends in terms of...
Yeah, no, there's better coaching. New goalie for Hilltop, Luke Zappia. Well, there's also sorts of improved coaching for the goalie position. I was at main event in Columbia, and they had a video game with this touch lights that simulate hand-eye coordination and movement. Stick side save by the lefty.
Coming in cold and shutting it down.
Brighton High School.
Good flow.
Big time flow. The Hawks going to send the double team out. The goal is empty, partially. Minute to go. Trying for the pinch double team. Owen Cran.
Owen Cran's had a day.
Big time player.
You're down 11-5. You say to yourself, why are they doubling? I actually like it because it's a scenario you might need later on in the summer, right?
Yeah.
So you got to practice it. You're not winning this game. You're down 11-5. A double team, what's that going to accomplish? But you want to prepare the guys for scenarios because there might be a game where you're down 1 and you need the ball. You pull the goalie. Cran got popped.
He's fine with it. Celebrating on the turf. Look at it. Look at all the smiles on the sideline. It's a devastating effort by Hilltop. New England and Rochester. An odd combination.
Super cool.
Congratulations to Coach Art Price and Mark DiGiovanni. 2 Hoyas, 2 Swamp Dogs, there they are. Mark Price, I remember, is a big-time shooter, Carter.
I remember him, too.
I think she was classmates with our comrade, Sheehan Stanwyck Birch. It's official, look at Hilltop.
Loving it. Naptown National Challenge champs, Hilltop. Congrats, boys. Combination of Rochester, Corning area, upstate New York, and New England. Super cool. This is our player of the game. Thatcher Bernstein. Big, strong, physical, and skilled. 4 goals today. Quint, no one had the answer for this guy.
Look at him power. Dances his way through defenders, untouched. Just too big, too strong, too fast, too skilled. Thatcher Bernstein. MVP honors. Hilltop dominance. Impressive showing, young men. We'll hope to see you back here next year as you guys work your way up the ladder. Rising freshman. 2025 category, dominated by Hilltop. Got 2 more games coming up on ESPN 3. The 2024s, you won't want to miss the 2023s at 6 o'clock. A lot of the college coaches from around the nation have an eye on those 2023s. 2 more games coming up here from Annapolis. Paul and I will take a quick break. We'll be back top of the hour.
Discover Spring Break team training in sunny Orlando, Florida for spring 2022. Bring your team together on and off the field in state-of-the-art facilities. 3 of your coaches attend free if the team is registered by July 15th. Open to high school boys and girls teams. Hogan Lax Team Training, where teams come to get better. The Annapolis Hawks Boys Lacrosse Club will be holding tryouts July 31st and August 8th. Registration information and sign up on AnnapolisHawks.com/tryouts. Current second graders through rising juniors are eligible to try out. For further questions, call 410-224-3232. Annapolis Hawks, more than lacrosse. Hogan Lax Boys Premier Lacrosse Tournament presents their annual Fall Brawl on Sunday, November 7th in beautiful Annapolis, Maryland. Experience pristine facilities and top-tier competition this fall. Registration opens July 20th. Visit HoganLax.com for more details or call 410-224-3232.
You want to be a good player at the next level, it starts here.